You think they finished the job here? I mean, 2 years ago, you were a big reason why they got to the Super Bowl. You had two touchdowns in the playoffs against the Giants and then against the 49ers. Eagles get to face the Chiefs again. Does that loss in the Super Bowl still stick with you? I mean, some guys say that losses like that will stick with them forever. Where are you at with that? Is that still a painful moment, losing that Super Bowl to the Chiefs 2 years ago?
Yeah, man, I definitely think so. I think that there is a lot of pain involved. Like you can go through the greatest season, you know what I mean? But if you get to the final dance and you don't finish it, it's almost like, well, why? You know what I'm saying? Like what did we get here for? You know what I mean? So you run the race to win it. You know what I'm saying? You don't run the race for a participation trophy or get him next time, champ.
So you're
You
still not
go.
over it. You're still not over it, right?
I'm be, that's something that you can be a little salty about. But like I said, I'm so happy that these guys are getting the opportunity to go and get this type of rematch in. Doesn't matter who the opponent is, no, because at the end of the day, like it's been what I've seen from the team, man. It's been a faceless opponent each week. I'm hoping that there's, it's not too high, not too low. They just stay even keel. Don't let the emotions get to them. You know what I'm saying? Because you see, like, whenever your emotions get to you, it can take you out of your game, and that's the last thing you want, especially on the biggest stage. So, you know, I I am encouraged. I'm not gonna go out here and say this or that is gonna happen. I just know based on what Nick has put in place and what Howie has put in place and what Mr. Lurie has put in place over the last many years and how they've been able to put together these incredible seasons, man. I know for a fact that locker room is going to be in the right mindset going into this game. So I'm excited to watch.
What is that mindset? I mean, walk me through what it's like to be a player leading up to the Super Bowl, getting ready for this game. Obviously, this group, the nucleus has been there 2 years ago. They lost to this very Chiefs team, but what is it like as a player getting ready for this game this week and, of course, next week?
I think definitely like for me to be naive and be like, oh, you stay locked in all the time and you show up ready to nah, man. I think that you should definitely give yourself time to reflect on everything that's led up to this moment, everything that's led up to this week, all the people that have sacrificed things for you, because you haven't gotten there by yourself. You ain't self-made, you know what I'm saying? Somebody's helped you along the way at some point. You take the time throughout the week leading up to the game, to get all that out of your system, to give it that thought, give it that time, you know what I'm saying? Because when you bottle all that stuff up and just think that it's going to propel you through the game and just allow you to have the best game of your life, you playing with fire, you know what I'm saying? But I would just say, like, give yourself time to reflect and appreciate the things that you've gone through, throughout the season, the ups and the downs, the adversity, the good times, the bad times, the relationships. You let all that stuff, you give yourself time to reflect on all those things. And then, as you're going throughout the week, it's okay to enjoy it. You know what I mean? You don't have to be all, I know I get it. The job's not done. You know what I'm saying? The job's not finished. You know what I'm saying? So you can be serious about it. You can be locked in. Those things are all fine. But at the end of the day, whenever you reach that by about Wednesday, you're gonna be ready to just skip all the other stuff and just get to the game. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give yourself time to reflect. Obviously, make sure that you're dialed in on the game plan. You know what I mean? And then there's just got to be you get a lot of time, honestly, to spend quality time with your teammates. And this it's probably gonna be an isolated location, whatever. And whether it be your family coming in or whatever, like you have fun with it, but you know, give yourself time. But that probably be the biggest thing, because the habits that you've been putting in place, there's nothing that you can really do throughout this week that's gonna change anything. You know what I'm saying? Like this week is just basically like, a culmination of the habits that you've put into place, the small steps that you've made. Nick would put, I remember a PowerPoint of a mountain, right? And it's like you're scaling this mountain. You can't necessarily see, you can see the top of it, right? But if you're just sitting there looking at the top of it and you're not looking at what's in front of you, you can miss out on where to put that little hook. You know what I'm saying? You can miss out on where to put your next hand forward. You know what I mean? So, it's just trying your best to stay present, but definitely give yourself time to reflect. And then when it's time to go, it's time to go.
And when that ball kicks off in a Super Bowl, are there jitters? Are you nervous? Are you anxious? What were you going through 2 years ago?
Man,
I mean, Nick was
I don't know,
crying.
man.
I get
Yeah,
it. I mean, Nick cried
yeah,
during the
yeah.
anthem. I get it. You spend your
Yeah,
whole
I mean,
life
you
trying to
do.
get there.
Yeah, and I mean, I would say a lot of people are moved in that type of way, and I would say I want to say it was a guy on the guitar or something, but that boy was playing. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, but nah, you just locked in, man. Like the way that I was feeling going into that game was, you know, I had a fire in me, but at the same time, I was at peace. You know what I mean? Because I think again, like giving the mental part of it what it deserved, I feel like allowed me to really just focus in on the moment. You know what I'm saying? Rather than, at some random point during the game, it's like, dang, I gotta do this for my family. Dang, I gotta do this for my, you know what I'm saying? Like it just allowed me to be locked in. And so, like I said, like, and I know that's how a lot of the guys in that locker room feel, but it's like, hey, we locked in. We want to go to war. If you're in front of us, you gotta move out the way. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go.
Why do you like the Eagles in this Super Bowl rematch?
Now, I give a lot of respect to the Chiefs, man. They're a great team. They're great. They're really, really, really well coached, man. They're really well coached. Obviously, they've gone through their fair share of adversity as well. And for a lot of reasons, they shouldn't have the record that they do. But they found a way each week. They've been battle tested. I just think that the pieces that we have on that roster, from top to bottom, it's not enough to win. You know what I mean? But I think that the pieces that we have and you combine that I'm still there. I'm still in Philly. God damn. But the pieces that they have and the mentality that they have, obviously also a great coaching staff. It's all going to come down to the ability to make adjustments and adapt. That's what these games are. It's fun to watch, man. I've gone back and watched just a lot of these games where it's just like a chess match. As you get more experience, you're just kind of seeing the adjustments that can be made here or there, and it's just like it's fun to watch, man. I understand why football is so exciting for so many people, but I'm definitely excited. I'm a Philly guy at heart, so I got to go with my boys, man. But I think it's gonna be a real good game.